Well, it's the first week of March, guys. We got the bottom plastic down. We got 3/4, most all of the rebar set. So in these plans, it calls for fiber mesh. Basically, looks like cat hair, wet cat hair, thicker. Strips of fiberglass. We're going to put that down. That gets in the mix of the concrete. Believe it or not, it only called for rebar all the way around the edges, all four corners, of course. But we went ahead and put rebar through the whole thing. I got a few more pieces I want to put back here. This will be the longer half of the garage back in this corner. Garage doors will be up here. That'll be garage all the way to the back corner wall. This will be basically a mud room. There'll be a door right there, stair access. So if anything heavy gets in here, it's going to be on the most southern facing side of the house. If there ever gets to be a pickup in here or anything, it'll be on this side. That's why I want to add some more strips of rebar, maybe every couple feet, lengthwise, widthwise as well. So we've got an 18-inch base. We're going to have pour concrete from this is going to be the top level all the way to here to here. It's got to be at least 18 inches from there to there. We went over 18 inches, of course. The heavier the better, guys. And let me tell you something. When it comes to foundations, and I'm serious, when it comes to foundations, we're up here in Oregon, we get a lot of rain, a lot of soft ground. If anybody tells you, ever, no matter how thick you pour it, what you put in it, fiber core, fiber mesh, chicken wire, rebar, whatever it is, if anybody tells you, any reputable concrete company tells you that it won't crack or it won't start separating, wherever you're at in the United States, they're full of shit. Let me tell you. Don't get that in your mind. Don't let anybody tell you that and think that it's true, because it's not. This foundation, depending on what vehicles are in it, how much rain we've got, it might take a decade, it might take 5 years for it to crack, but it will crack. It will crack. Mark my words. So just remember, guys, you hear that word in any sentence when you're talking about getting the foundation done for yourself, let that be a warning to you. If anybody tells you that, you better have a talk with them. And yeah, we're pouring this heavy, but I can tell you after 30 years, it will crack, and it will have some nasty cracks in it. That's just part of life. Now, we've packed this. We're up kind of on a plateau up here between Scio and State and Oregon. The water doesn't stick around here. It rains, it drains off. So we're sitting on so much gravel. We got about 3.5 feet of gravel we're sitting on. I put blast rock down. Well, even before that, I scraped the ground with an excavator. Completely took it off. There's base level right there where that grass is. We've got 7 or 8 inches of gravel where that compactor's sitting. That's blast rock. I put that in about, I don't know, 12, 13 inches. I hammered the ground, even before I put the blast rock down, I hammered it with that big boy. That thing weighs 21,000 pounds. Then we came in, I put my first level of gravel down, 3/4 minus, all the way across. I did several lifts. I hammered it down with the dresser again, several times. Came in, flattened it out, scraped it out, and I put another 16 inches or so of 3/4 minus down. Mind you, this is going to be encased in concrete, and we're going to have concrete all the way up to this level, all the way across. That's damn near 7 or 8 inches. It only calls for, I want to say 6, and we're putting in at least 7, maybe 8.5 in some spots. So we're sitting on a mountain of gravel. It's been compacted. It was wet when it was compacted. And underneath that is blast rock. So we're not going anywhere. 1996 can happen all over again. We'd still be high and dry. Got some of our hold downs right here. But yeah, just keep in the back of your mind, just keep it. And always remember about concrete, folks. Whether you're dealing with Portland cement, concrete, whatever it may be, it will crack. You can be out in New Mexico and have it compacted just like it is here. I'm telling you, it will crack. And if there's no rebar or any kind of retention in it, it will start to separate, no matter how hard you try. That's why we're overbuilding this and making it so thick. It will help, but it still won't fix the cracking issue. And also, don't let anybody else tell you. Now, this is another thing. We've had that fire here that happened in the end of 2020 up there in Detroit. And it's funny because a lot of people had nothing but shacks, basically shanty shacks up there. And I'm saying this because a lot of people learned the hard way. Let me tell you, that was an SHIT show up there. It still is. A lot of people are rebuilding homes up there and making them really nice. Of course, being built to code. I'm telling you, before that place burned down up there, there was nothing but shacks. A lot of shacks up there. A lot of people are trying to rebuild their shops, whatever it may be, shops, pumps house, outbuildings. They're trying to reuse the same concrete. Folks, you cannot, to what I was stating before we got into the Detroit conversation, you cannot use concrete that has went through a fire like that. It weakens it so bad, when it gets hot like that, it turns into a brittle substance that you can't use. You might as well pull it out. If you don't want to spend the money for concrete, put it down on some gravel, pack it in. But don't try and build a structure on concrete that went through a fire. Absolutely not. There's a lot of that's going up there right now. People are fighting the county, and the county's fighting them. Don't do it. It's not worth your time. So this is how it looks. I've got these boards sitting down here so the plastic won't get blown away by the wind. That's all they're there for. We'll be ready to pour here in a few days, as soon as the weather straightens up and it's not below freezing at night. We'll go ahead and finish that rebar, and the day of the pour, and we'll be good. Talk to you later.